Hello, partners. This time around, my researcher and writer Dennis Daly has found a story about a very ordinary man. Yet, on a dark night in 1900, he became a national hero and is forever remembered. Dennis tells me that for some reason, his memory has been smeared with lies to the point that he is, in the minds of many, a villain and not a hero. But I'll let you decide. It's the dark night of a stormy night of April the 29th, 1900. This week's honoree had already put in a full day driving heavy locomotives on the rail lines in and around Memphis. Just as he was getting ready to get some sleep, his boss asked him to work through the night. There was a high-speed train that was bound for New Orleans, and the crew was sick. He said yes, and his fireman, Sim Webb, who had become his best assistant and good friend, he mounted to the cabin and began his run. The train was already running late, and our hero had the throttle all the way open, trying to make up for lost time. Now, partners, I need to point out something here. Do you remember the old TV show Mission Impossible? I'm sure you do. Well, in that show, the boss told all of his agents that if they were caught, he would disavow any knowledge of what they were doing. Well, that was the way the railroads worked then. The invented impossible timetables, and then it was an engineer. When too fast, there was a wreck, and the railroad would blame the engineer himself. If you were a railroad engineer, you were always wrong. You couldn't win. Now, partners, here is the truth in all of this. Our honoree and his fireman had been sent out on a genuine mission impossible. Yep, it was approaching 2 o'clock, and the train was at full speed and just north of Vaughn, Mississippi. Are you ready? Well, suddenly, Webb saw something in the distance. What he saw was a lantern. It was a lantern, and it was on the track. Yes, what was this lantern doing on the track? Also, just ahead, there were the last 2 cars of another train that could not get off the main tracks in time. Well, our hero slammed on the brakes, and he threw the wheels into reverse. He told Sim Webb to jump for his life. He pulled the stop lever. His train slowly slammed into the other train. Good golly, our hero died instantly. But all of his passengers were saved. All of them survived. Later, the railroad blamed him for the wreck. But wait just a minute. His passengers had another story. The people who survived called him a hero. Golly, today there are more than 10,000 people alive because their great-grandparents were saved on that train. They know the truth. Partners, you know his name. Wait till I say it, then we'll do it together. It's good old Casey Jones. By the way, Casey's fireman, Sim Webb, lived until 1957. He was constantly called on to speak at special meetings. He loved to tell the story of that dark night in 1900 when his boss saved his life. And of course, his boss was Casey Jones. And this is a very special reason. Researcher and writer Dennis Daly, back in the year of 2000, went to the ride of Casey Jones. And it was remembered at the Casey Jones Museum in Tennessee. Dennis was asked to be the master of ceremonies for the event. Are you listening? He told me it was one of the most special days of his life. Let's say our hero's name again. John Luther Casey Jones. Okay, partners, you know the drill. Click that big red X up there, and you'll immediately be brought back to the report page. What an organization, what a thing. I love you guys.